No sweat. Easy. Easy. Hey, howdy folks, it's me, Hairy Man Legs, and on this video, I'll be explaining the tips and tricks that helps me play Rec Room Dodgeball. Currently, I'm ranked number 1 in the leaderboards, and my team did win the Dodgeball League this past season. Now, you guys may have different ways to catch and throw. It is important to remember that these methods in the video works for me. This video is mostly for players who are just starting out and intermediate level players. Maybe more experienced players can take away something from this. Now, note that I do play on the Oculus, so it may be different for PSVR users to throw and catch. But I hope this tutorial would help you play better. I'll be covering 2 methods, and that's basic and advanced. And also I'll include the dodgeball oh-no's of what not to do. Alright, let's get started. So when you first start the game, you want to either teleport to the front or to the back. In this case, we're going to go to the front. Now if you notice I'm in the front of the ball, just hover your hand over the ball to pick it up. I've noticed a lot of new players bend down and try to pick up the ball. Fortunately, it's Rec Room and your hands are pretty much magnetized to the ball. If you're feeling risky, I would teleport between the 2 dodgeballs and grab both for a better advantage. Back teleporting is very important and could save you from getting out. When you notice the team rushes you, swing your hand back and teleport. It takes a few tries to get used to the distance, but once you get it, it definitely will help you. Now there's 2 ways to throw for me. First being overhand and the second being underhand. The most popular way to throw is overhand. And how I throw is I swing the ball back from my ear and release it once it passes my nose. And underhand is a bit tricky, but it's worth it once you get used to it. Most of the time I prefer throwing underhand because it's very difficult to catch crotch shots. How I throw underhand is I use my left arm as a bar from controlling the ball from going over. I swing my arm from the back and then towards the waist level to release. Alrighty, well this is the most requested tip that most people have trouble with, and that's catching. Okay, catching is a hit or miss. How I catch is, I know it sounds really silly, but I pretend I'm a mime and there's a wall. Once you got that, you have to work on your timing on when to catch. Usually when I catch is right before the ball impacts my hand. I would recommend practicing with a friend, especially with catching on different speeds. And because it's dodgeball, even when you catch it, sometimes it will count you out. Hopefully this tip will reduce your chances of getting out. Baiting throws. If you notice that when you teleport in dodgeball, there's a 2-second delay to the next teleport. Those 2 seconds could easily help you get your opponent out. So when you're in control of the court, teleport to the line and pretend you're throwing a ball. Hopefully this will bait your opponent to teleport, making them vulnerable for attacks since they're stuck for a couple of seconds. I use this trick all the time, and most of the time it works. Rebound. So basically what I normally do when the opposing team have all the balls, I teleport to the back and have them throw the balls. Hopefully the balls will rebound and it will be a good grabbing distance. When all the balls come back, I call it a happy birthday. Sometimes you have to walk a short distance. It can be a risk if it's a bit far, and you won't make it back to the court without being penalized. When you're up close, make sure to bait a certain throw, because sometimes players are just ready to catch wherever you throw first. Just trick them, and this will give you a higher chance to get them out. And don't be baited. So when you're in this tough situation, your opponent will have 2 balls, and usually they'll wait in the corner, baiting you to grab the ball. How I would avoid this is to be baited. But instead of teleporting to the mid-center of the court, there's a white thin line, and I teleport there and walk forward. Remember, your hand is a magnet for grabbing. So once you grab, usually your opponent will try to counter you. Because of your walking, immediately back teleport to avoid getting hit. Special throws. So when you get to a point where throwing overhand and underhand gets boring, you might want to create some of your own special throws. My special move is the hairy lasso, and I would experiment on what works for you. Sometimes the ball can be used as a shield. I haven't really tested this out much, but this has saved me multiple times. Obviously the shield works better with 2 balls. The dodgeball, oh noes. Alright, well, so these are the things you do not want to do in dodgeball. There will be time and time again that people are distracted by their watch, and that forces a lot of players to wait until they're finished, and I find this very, very annoying. If you see players who do this, including myself, don't hesitate to get them out, regardless of them getting mad. And what I find equally annoying from distractions is when 2 players on the opposite ends are trying to bait the ball and see who will break first. And wow, do a lot of people have patience. These games I have been in have lasted about 20 minutes, 1 round, and that's just 1 round. There's nothing wrong with a teammate keeping a ball in the back while the other teammate is alive, but to have a 1 versus 1 standoff gets very tiresome and forces a lot of people to leave the match.
You go for the ball.
No. No, you go for the ball.
No, you go for the ball.
No, you.
No, you.
Alright then.
Don't stand too close to each other. This should be pretty obvious. Once the teams are grouped up together, they're pretty much a big target. Make sure to space out, making it difficult for players to hit you. Also, it is important to note that if 2 players catch the same ball, it will count one of the players out. Well then, that's about it for now. I hope these tricks and tips helped you guys play dodgeball. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer your questions. I also would enjoy hearing how you guys play differently. And with that being said, thank you for watching. Y'all are awesome. Until next time, bye-bye.
Ready? Go! 金では払えねえぜ。お前はもう死んでいる。お前は